Hello students, the topic for today is concept learning. This type of learning is very important to us because it helps us to understand different objects or events that are around us and to make sense of it. It also helps us to see whether the things are related or unrelated to each other, and they further help in better understanding of the world around us. It also helps in understanding the similarities and differences of different objects and events in terms of their structure and function, and we can then put them into different categories. Concept learning is also known as category learning. It helps us to classify objects, events, and ideas with an understanding that each object, idea, or event has a set of common relevant features. In this, we compare and contrast group or categories that contain concept relevant features with those that do not contain concept related features. Now let's understand these with the examples. When we organize and classify objects, we put them in groups that they have the same features, the features that are common to them, and we also group them when they are different. You see different animals like cat, dog, cow, and elephant, but you still group them as animals. Similarly, when you see apples, mangoes, pineapples, and grapes, you group them under fruits. They do share some common features, but still they are different in color, taste, texture, and size. They are treated as equivalents, even though they are different in their features. So, concept is a generalized idea, and it represents a category of related objects or events. They have a set of features or attributes that are connected by a rule. Now let's understand the definition of a feature. Feature by definition is any characteristic or aspect of an object or event or of any living organism that is observed in them and can be considered equivalent to some features observed or discriminated in other objects. Example of this can be when you think of an object like table, what image you form in your mind? You think in form of a mental representation, a general idea, a concept of that. It shares some common features, yet they are of different size, color, texture. It can be different height or shape. So all these things like color, texture, height and shape, they all are their features and their properties. In the definition, we have mentioned that set of features are connected by a rule. Now let's understand what is a rule. A rule is an instruction to do something, and they are used in defining concepts. On the basis of this, we can have two different types of concepts, and they are artificial concepts and natural concepts. Now let's first talk about artificial concepts. Most of the concepts that are learnt in school, they are examples of artificial concepts. They are also called formal concepts. They are well defined by very strict set of rules or properties. And the members, they have all the defining properties, and non-members, they do not have them. Examples of this can be geometric shapes like triangles and squares. As a triangle always has 3 angles and 3 sides, and a square always have 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. They are very well defined, and it is singly necessary and jointly sufficient. And rules, they connect the features, and they are very precise and rigid. So that was all about artificial concepts. Now let's move on to the next type of concept, and that is natural concept. Natural concepts are often treated as very naturally. Our own experiences, either through direct or indirect. They are defined by a general set of features, not all of which must be present for an object to be considered as a member of a concept. Example of this can be the concept of a vegetable is a very natural concept. There are no rules or list of features that describe every single vegetable. So they are ill-defined and numerous features are included in such categories. Other examples of natural concepts can be biological concepts, real-world products, human artifacts such as tools, clothes, and houses. They are the most of the concepts in our everyday life. So, artificial concepts are formed by logical, specific, well-defined rule, whereas natural concepts they are formed by our direct or indirect experiences in our everyday life. When we talk about different types of concepts, they may have some relevant features or irrelevant features. Now let's talk about them. Relevant features are set of features that are connected by some rule. Let's take an example for this. Example of this can be a concept of a square is a very well defined and it must have four attributes like to be a closed figure with four sides and each side of equal length and equal angles. So these four features are connected by some common conjunctive rules, and when the features are connected by some rule, they are called relevant features. So example of square, it follows conjunctive rule. Now let's try to understand about irrelevant features. Irrelevant features are the features that do not follow rules. So today we have discussed about what is concept and how we classify different objects and events, how we group them and organize them in different categories, and what are the different types of concepts, artificial and natural concepts. And also we talked about the differences between relevant features and irrelevant features and how they make our learning more meaningful. That's all for today. I hope this will be useful for you. Thank you so much.